And we're here with Dave Curtin, coach of the Columbia High School Cougars varsity team. They're practicing behind him there. How you doing, Coach?
Very good, thank you. How are you?
Okay, now we got our first game coming up Thursday night at Kearney.
Correct.
And how's the team looking compared to last year?
Well, we've got a lot of new faces.
Right.
We're new in the quarterback position, so we're hoping we get experience real fast so we can be competitive in our league. We're very competitive at the American division. It's very good division, strong division. We've done okay in our scrimmages. We've got a lot of work to do. But again, we're inexperienced in some key places.
Who is your new quarterback?
Jimmy Martinez, who's a junior.
And has he played at varsity level before? Or?
No, he was our punter last year.
Okay.
He was not our quarterback, just our punter.
And how many starters did you lose since last year?
Offense and defense combined, we probably like half our starters.
So this is a big change, or is this kind of what you go through every year?
This is kind of a big change. Yeah, kind of a big change. Usually like maybe 4 or 5, so this is a big change.
And now we were talking before, the reason we have a Thursday night game and not Saturday is
because of the holiday.
Right. And is that kind of happening everywhere in the league this week?
Pretty much,
okay.
Yeah. There's very few games on Saturday.
Yeah.
Very in the whole state. You'll see very few games on Saturday.
And how does that affect your prep for the first game to be away and at night, or is it really a big deal?
Well, it forced us to practice on Sunday.
Yeah.
So we gave them Saturday off because we scrimmaged Friday. We gave them Saturday off. We had a prep Sunday afternoon. We practiced Sunday night, and now we've gone every day since then. But then it also gives us some extra time because our next game is the following Saturday. So now we have some more time. So
you're playing
from a short week to a long week.
You're playing I know you've played Kearney before, playing Irvington.
Right.
A lot of the same teams as usual?
Everything's the same as last year.
And how does that measure up? Because a lot of big schools, Montclair is a big school, East Orange.
Montclair, East Orange, Seton Hall, they're all very tough schools. West Orange is going to have a good club this year. So, and we beat Livingston and Nutley last year, so they'll be out for revenge. So it's going to be a tough season. It won't be easy.
Last year was 4-6?
Correct.
So, but that was kind of a mixed bag. You had a couple of wins in a row.
Right.
You had some streaks, had some
we were
losses in a row.
4-3 at one point, and then lost the last 3.
How does that, how do you approach the first couple games? Is it real important versus the rest of them, or you kind of take one game at a time?
Everyone's important. Every game you play is important, and you got to be 1-0 if you want to be 2-0.
Now, you had some incredible success years ago. We had playoff runs, and a lot of people were like, oh my God, this team is great. Then you had some down years, and you were out for a year.
Yep.
How has it been being back for a year and now plus?
Well, it's great now, too. So I'm not the athletic director anymore. I'm teaching, so I'm enjoying myself with the kids all day and then kids in the afternoon. So they keep you young. How
was that different? Do you miss kind of running the whole show, or do you like?
No, don't miss it.
Less is more.
You got that right. Absolutely.
Now, also, we don't have a home game for a couple weeks, correct?
Well, we're actually playing Irvington here now because
that was going to be an away game, though.
Right. The first 3 were supposed to be away, but now just week 1 and 3. So we'll wind up with 6 home games, 1 Saturday and 5 Friday nights.
And looking at the field behind us, there's no press box.
No, they're working on it. It got blown off in the storm last October.
That's all part of it. Was there any other major Sandy damage to as far as the football goes?
No, that was it. Just that. It was the only thing that went down. That was probably ready to go down.
Is there any big changes in the conference? I know there was some big conference realignment a couple of years ago.
No, nothing.
Or anything that stands out the way things are handled?
We realign next year.
Okay.
After this season.
Why is that? It just happens all the time?
Every 2 years they realign. This is actually 3 years, but we had done some realignment in the middle there, and then they just decided every 2 years. So this will be technically the end of the 2nd year.
And you've been coach since 2007?
7.
And what is your philosophy, kind of how you take the kids, especially when you have a lot of new faces and kids come and go and you have new starters but a lot of returning, sort of do you push a lot of plays or a handful of plays?
Well, when you have we have numbers and you have that depth, you can spot guys, but we don't have a lot of depth this year. And we were inexperienced on our first group, and then we have a drop-off. We have a lot of JV guys that are going to be the next guy in on the varsity level. We usually have those guys in between. We don't really have that this year. Some guys didn't come out for a variety of reasons, so we're kind of down a little bit in our numbers. Probably down about 10 to 12 kids from normal.
What's your total roster with both crews, JV and varsity?
JV and varsity about 55.
And what's that from last year?
You're in the probably like low 60s, on a consistent basis. Low 60s.
Do most teams you're playing have a bigger field from, or do you kind of have to, or do you have to have the same numbers?
The East Oranges, the Montclair, Seton Hall, they'll have big numbers. Livingston's probably kind of like us. Nutley will be like us. Kearney's like us. We're all kind of in the same group.
And is there any approach you've taken differently after a couple of years here and having returned?
No, that's fine.
How would you describe your general style?
I'm pretty demanding.
Yeah.
I expect your best all the time, nothing less, because we try to give you our best, so we want your best.
And as far as the players, now another thing we've found a lot in recent years, there's more specializing.
Yeah.
Do you see a lot of are fewer kids playing football because they're playing other things, or are there others who only? How does that happen?
That is true across the most of the other sports, but we don't really have too much of that. We don't have too much of that. I want a lot of our kids just want to play football.
Right.
I want them to wrestle, run track, play lacrosse. We have this couple of guys. Baseball's a little unique kind of athlete.
Sure.
But we do have a couple of guys that play. But we would really love our guys to wrestle in the winter.
Really?
Yeah, I think it's great for them. It teaches you a lot of balance and using your hips, a lot of toughness, the one-on-one toughness. And then I like to see our skill guys either run track in the spring or play lacrosse. Plus, you get the crap beat out of you a lot.
And how's this field been after the new field came in a couple of years ago?
It's great. It's they start to break down. A lot of people use this.
Yeah.
So you have to maintain.
In fact, the field hockey is playing as we speak behind us.
Yep. Yeah. So like in the fall right now, it's us, field hockey, and the Packers. Pop Warner uses it too. I don't think we have any soccer games. I think it may have a practice or two along the way. And in the spring, obviously, you got all the lacrosse teams that play on it. So it gets its wear, it gets its use, that's for sure.
Okay. Anything else you want people to know that if they don't know why they should come out and play? Come out and watch.
Come out and watch, man. Get out to the games. It's great. It's a great atmosphere. The Friday night's great.
Does that bother you at all? Mostly Friday night games or Saturday? What's easier for you?
I love it. Friday night games just extend your life.
Yeah, why is that?
Because Saturday, you're up early in the morning, you're all day. Friday night, you go to school, you get here, feed the kids, get ready, play your game.
And they're probably a little pumped up too.
Yep. And then Saturday, you have a day to recoup. Sunday you can do some film study and whatnot, and then you're ready for the next week.
Excellent. Well, thanks, Coach.
Thank you very much.
Be well.
Appreciate it.